Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video between the good old Submariner and the Tudor Black Bay 58. Before I get into that, just want to raise my glass. I poured myself a glass of cognac today, again, to celebrate all the watch people and these beautiful watches here. Quick wrist check. I have one of the most affordable automatics you can buy. This is a beautiful Seiko 5 Dress KX, it's called. And it's not mine, it's from another watch YouTuber channel called Watch Me Go Broke. Buddy Chris there, really nice guy. He sent me this watch, I sent him another watch he can enjoy for a little bit, and I'm really liking this watch. It's one of the most affordable Seiko's automatics. But let's get into these not so affordable automatics. How do I even begin this video? You have the Submariner, the icon of divers from many years, and then you have something that is a little bit more affordable, but perhaps in the same category. So let's begin here. I am not gonna get into the history of these companies. If you clicked on this video, you know what Tudor is, you know what Rolex is. Now these watches are both obviously divers. The Black Bay is 200 meters, the Submariner is 300 meters. So there's a small difference there. Probably not that noticeable when you wear it to go to work or shopping or whatever you do, but let's start with the Submariner. I did a video on this a while back, and this is a 2019 model. So this is a 116610 LN. Black, obviously. Some of the positives, obviously, this is an amazing watch. The best diver watch you can have, in most people's opinions. There's some negative things about Submariners. There's some positive things about Submariners. We all know those. We all know the hype. We all know the limited supply. That is not a negative of the watch. It's a negative of the way the situation is right now. Very capable watch. It looks very nice. I don't particularly like this model because of the super case. But that's not the fault of the watch. That's just my own taste. I don't like the Cyclop, even though a date complication, it's a great thing to have. This is all ceramic. This is all sapphire. No AR coating on this model except under the Cyclop. Beautiful bracelet. Amazing design of the glide lock. We all know about the glide lock. It's a beautiful system. I wish that had it, but it doesn't. Amazing materials. Rolex uses 907, I believe it's called, the steel. It's a little bit more special steel. They also use precious metals. Applied indices are gold, white gold, and you have platinum on the bezel insert. It's a stunning watch. A little bit big for me, but it's not because of the watch, it's because of my wrist. So that's the Submariner. Now, my Black Bay. Disclaimer, this is not my watch. It's a friend of mine's who is a big Rolex enthusiast. He has a bunch of them. I borrowed this before, and now I have it back again. I did a video on my Tudor, so I'm not gonna get into all that, but the difference between this and the Submariner is more vintage inspiration here for the Tudor. You have the gilt look, you have aluminum bezel insert, you have, in my opinion, a better case design. The way the case thins down, slopes down compared to the super case, maxi case, whatever you want to call it. This looks a lot more like a tool, but at the same time, the Rolex looks a lot more like a luxury watch. There's no denying. I mean, that's just the way it is. Just looking at it, the way it is designed with the bezel, looks a lot better than the Tudor's. Tudor's is very small. It grips very nice for me, but not as nice as the Submariner. There is no comparison when it comes to the grip you have on this bezel. Crown guards, Submariners all have crown guards now. Black Bay, none of them have crown guards. You know, they're trying to replicate the old Submariner, the big crown Submariners, whatever you want to call them, with no crown guards and so forth. Now, I wish my Tudor had this type of bracelet, but it doesn't. It has the lovely, it's a lovely bracelet. I can't say it's not, but the way it tapers down step by step, it's just, I wish it would go a lot more smoother like the Submariners, but it doesn't. Plus it has the rivets, which some people hate them. I don't really mind them. Clasps, I already went over the Submariners. It's an awesome clasp. There is nothing to complain about this. It is thicker than the Tudor, but obviously it includes that awesome system, which Tudor doesn't. Tudor hopefully will have that system soon, but the clasp on the Tudor is as amazing when it comes to quality. Different type of engagement. This has ball bearings, which is ceramic. You can pretty much open this clasp from anywhere. You don't have to put your finger in there. You can open it from anywhere. Same thing with the clasp. Not the same about the Submariner. With the Submariner, you actually have to unfold this, and then you can't just open the clasp. You have to actually lift this. Different design. It works beautiful. Know the sound of it. Whew. Movements. This is obviously not the new movement because this is a 2019, but it's a proven movement for the Rolex for this model. It was in these watches for many, many years. No complaints. The owner of this watch has it from 2019. It's within 2 seconds. So there's nothing to complain there. The design of the Rolex dial and the Tudors are pretty much very close, from the same family. If you can see the 12 o'clock triangle, it's a little bit longer for the Tudor. I like that a little bit better. More vintagey look. Obviously, the crystals, Submariner is flat, and it has, well, this one has the Cyclop, but the no date obviously is just nice and flat. No AR coating. This is domed, and it looks beautiful. Even a little reflections, and this has AR coating on the inside. I think this looks just a lot more. If you're looking for a watch with the vintage inspiration, vintage feel, this is definitely the one. There's nothing vintage about the new Submariners. Nothing. This looks like a modern diver with obviously keeping the inspiration of the Sub. I mean, you can see the Sub in here like you did 50 years ago. It's just the same design, but the case. I like Submariners. I can't say I don't. I don't like these Submariners. I like all the Submariners, the 80s, the 90s. Probably my favorite Submariner, I would say, would be 5513. With that dome, with that beautiful case, with acrylic, with aluminum. It doesn't have this nice bracelet with this beautiful glide lock, but it's what it is. I find the Tudor to be a little bit more legible because of the size of our hand and so forth. But the Rolex is that classic Mercedes hands look, which it looks beautiful now, just like it did 50, 60 years ago, and it's going to look beautiful in 100 years. The classic Rolex look of those beautiful hands. Profiles. Submariner looks bigger. This is a 40, this is a 39, but it looks a lot bigger. Now, side profiles. The case of the Tudor is thicker. The case of the Submariner is thinner. Submariner looks bigger. It is taller. Case back is obviously a lot bigger to keep that movement in there. And the Tudor has a very, very nice, slim, flat case back. It looks a lot bigger on my hand, this Submariner. Another thing about these two, even though they're relatively close in size, the end links. This makes a big difference on your hand. The Tudor has what's called female end links for the middle link. The Submariner has what's called the male end links. They protrude out. So they will look, this is going to look bigger on your hand. I'm going to show you a little bit. There's also a gentleman, Chad, who contacted me on Instagram. He wanted to know, what do I feel? How do I feel about the Tudor? How does it look on my hand? He has a 6 3/4 wrist, just like mine. So the Tudor, it looks like a 39mm watch. And if you look here, you will see how the female end links just flow down your wrist. Tudor is a stunning watch. I've been wearing this a lot, scratching the hell out of it. Now the Submariner looks a little bit bigger. Now that's just my taste. Other people don't mind it. Good old Sub. It is a stunning watch, I have to admit. It's not to my liking, this specific model, but it still looks amazing. Whether I like it or not, it is what it is. It's a true icon of horology. That's just Rolex Sub. If you remember the way the Tudor looked, it makes the watch look bigger because of the male end links. It makes it look a little bit bigger on my hand. Not that I wouldn't be able to wear something like this. I could. I don't find it that attractive. That's just me. This model. Beautiful piece though. A little bit thicker because of that case back. Actually, why don't I heck, I got two hands, right? I might as well just use both my hands. There you go. Tudor, even on the profile this way, you will see how it will make it look a little bit smaller on your hand compared to the Sub end links. So that's it. These watches both come from the same family, but they both look very, very different. Tudor as a company, I believe it's used by Rolex to be a little bit more engaging to the watch people, I guess. You have bronze, you have silver now, Tudors, something that Rolex is probably never going to do, a silver watch. I mean, let's just be. Also, Rolex probably never will do again a gilt look like this, vintagey. They're just gonna keep up with what they're doing now, and that's okay. This is the new Sub. This is the way the Sub is. It is a stunning piece. Now let's see Lume a little bit, because both of these have amazing Lume. The Tudor, more of a vintage inspiration, more of a super luminova, I guess, if you want to call it. And the Sub, here it comes with that chromolite, whatever they call it. It is a beautiful look. It gives it more modern look. This is more of a vintage look. They both have really good visibility in the dark. I think the Sub lasts a little bit longer. You can see reflections. Look at the reflections in this crystal. Because of no AR coating. But that's the Sub. The new one has treatment under the crystal. More stunning, I believe, to my taste. Case, a lot better design. The new Sub obviously has a thinner case, but the lug width went up 21 millimeters. These are both 20s, both come down to 16. And I mean, it looks a little bit, yeah, it's probably 16, even the Rolex. I know this is 16, but when it comes to the clasp, this is 18. Both hyped watches, both rightfully so. They are amazing pieces. I can't say they're not. You see them everywhere now on Instagram and everywhere. So maybe they lost some of that, you know. Now, Rolex has gotten, unfortunately, a bad name for a lot of people because of lack of availability, and some of the people who wear them have no interest in horology, just they buy because it's expensive. But I do see a lot of watch guys on Instagram who own Rolex Submariners, and they own it because they're watch people. They respect the history. They respect the horology achievements this watch is brought to the whole market. The most copied watch in the world. Actually, I have one here, a nice copy. This is my Squale. I did a video between these two just to be funny, I guess, comparing these, but there are so many watches they look like the Submariner is just insane. That's just the way it is. So I think the Submariner lost some of that special that it had because there's so many watches they look like it. This is one of them. This is not a direct copy of this model. Now, both of these watches have an amazing bezel action. And a lot of people compare these two. And I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut and just let you hear. I'm gonna start with the Submariner. All right, let's go. And the Tudor. $120 click, $60 click. I personally like the Tudor. I don't know why. I know it's only a 60 click. I mean, the Submariner sounds amazing. It's perhaps more crisp. But there's something about the Tudor bezel movement. Those clicks, just they sound like deep. I don't know what it is, but I like the Tudors better. But that's me. Submariners is though absolutely amazing. There's no backplay. It's a known fact that the Submariner bezel action is in most people's opinion, the best. I personally like the Tudors better, but that's me. The Tudors also has this like 12 o'clock kind of engagement when it kind of locks in. This doesn't. 12 o'clock is just, it moves easier, the Submariners. I know that's a good thing, but you also see a lot of fingerprints on the Submariner because it's ceramic. On this you don't. It's nice and matte, black. All right, let's move on. That's all I have. Amazing, amazing watches, both of these. If you can afford a Sub, get a Sub. If you want to get the Black Bay 58, get the Black Bay 58. Do not buy the Black Bay 58 if you want a Sub. This is not a Sub. It's not going to replace the want for a Submariner. A lot more expensive. You can see that in it. You can see it's a lot more expensive. You can feel it on your hand, the materials, I mean, you think steel, it's steel. Not really. The way this feels, it's just, you can tell it's something different about it. The way the light shines on it, you can tell there's something different about it. So it's a special watch. Anyway, that's all I got. I'll let you go. And I will see you in the next video. Hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers to all of you.